Jezu, streamy rocznicowe. To jest coś nowego? Wczoraj. Umknął ci wczorajszy stream straconego. Judy pomogła nam go nagrać. Zobaczmy, żeby się dobić. No. 55 minut.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cyberpunk anniversary stream. My name is Amelia, and with me I have Patrick Mills, our French lies and
well, Pyramid Song, for example, not 1980.
you are our link between company and Mike Pondsmith.
Yes.
How it is to work with such a legend.
It is great working with Mike Pondsmith. It's fantastic. I really like it. He's a really cool guy, and I feel like we've established a rapport and a bond over the years.
Co jeszcze raz? Kontekst.
And
Z czym tam się podniecą, tam do czego się masturbują, to jest ciekawe.
this is for one of their Chinese studios, and they sent our box to one of their Chinese studios. So my copy of Witcher 1 actually has a little case that's all Chinese characters on it. I have a funny story about that. So we were keeping Keanu Reeves as a super top secret. We did not want that to leak. So even Mike didn't know about it. And Mike had come to visit the studio, and we were showing him everything that was going on.
I remember.
And he still didn't know about it. He still didn't know. Just is exactly what I set out to make.
Boże, jaka bieda.
And that's very often not the case. Very often you set out to make a story.
Pewnie się ubrali w ulubione koszulki prezesa, to jest dla prezesa, żeby się cieszył.
You create the story.
Powinien śpiewać łubu dubu,
you find a
łubu
lot of
dubu.
problems. The conversation with Elizabeth
Po
on the
prostu,
Robin
że
Shop
ten
is I want you to
Kiciński
come away
najlepszy.
with a
Z
question
pompami
of where
wyskoczyć,
the
boże,
line
jakie
between
gówno.
victim and
Tragedia.
accomplice is, right? Like where is that? She is an accomplice to the conspiracy, but she's also
Tak, niech nam żyje pan Kiciński.
really awful. And
Najlepsza
so
firma
I really
celeb.
wanted to change. I really wanted to change, and one of the things that I did on
Ty,
Cyberpunk
babka coś gada w ogóle? Moment.
with Mike and his team.
To jest jakaś terapia dla gościa, tak? Czekaj, czy on cały czas gada? To jest dokładnie jak pójdzie do psychologa, tak jest.
My top picks.
So we have the favorite place. What about the most hated one, and what do you actually dislike about Cyberpunk?
What do I dislike about Cyberpunk? I don't want to do that on the camera.
Okay.
Ogląda nas fan Iwiński.
I don't want to do that on camera. I'm not going to talk bad about anything that anybody I know worked on. But my least favorite.
Taka debilka w ogóle, co jest do diaska? Czemu to zadaje takie pytania? Nie, dobra.
place in Night City.
To jest po prostu, to się nazywa tak ładnie, nie? Że mierny, bierny, ale wierny. Pewnie tak?
Northside Industrial District. I fucking hate that place. It's covered in maelstrom. It's ugly. And
Gra jest super, nie mam nic do zarzucenia Cyberpunkowi.
I don't mean to say that the artist did a bad job.
Tak, super. Nie, gra jest super. Dobra, kto to jest? To jest ktoś ważny? Jeszcze raz. Czemu on ma tą terapię?
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
To jest jakiś syn Pondsmitha? Moment. Jeszcze raz rozummy.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cyberpunk anniversary stream. My name is Amelia, and with me I have Patrick Mills, our
It's me.
French lies and lore designer. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Yes,
Jest ostatnim niezwolnionym pracownikiem, który pamięta, że coś robił przy Cyberpunku. Jestem tego pewien. Goście od tego wylecieli. Tak, Pondsmith pewnie Pondsmith ma depresję.
I'm super excited to have you actually here with me, so we can actually have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Fun. To jest jak ten mem z Friday, z tej piosenki z Jessicą jakąś tam. Fun.
Just a word of
Excited,
disclaimer,
dokładnie.
we are not actually announcing any news about...
Co możecie ogłosić? Uczcie się dopiero Unreala. Dopiero przyjechali jacyś koledzy z Fineya i jest panie, kto panu to tak spierdolił. To by było ciekawe. Mogliby zrobić serial w klimatach tego Office, że przyjeżdża gość od Fineya i o jest, chwytają za głowę, jednego odwozi karetka
The DLC, expansion, patch, anything like that.
Patrzę, ekspansję. Nie, o tym nie warto wspomnieć.
So, please don't flood the Twitch chat with questions about that.
Takie głupoty. Patrzę, samochodziki, że nie jeżdżą. Kogo to obchodzi? To jest Patryk. Patrzcie, kogo to obchodzi? Nie warto. Nie o tym.
However, we will have some cool, interesting
Będzie
things
cool. Dildo build.
to talk about. And as always, we're waiting for your questions.
Tak, pytania. Jakiego koloru jest czarny kot pana Kicińskiego? Albo jakie jest ulubiona piosenka Keanu Reevesa?
In
Tak?
the Twitch chat. So please send them, and we have team ready to send them over to us for Patrick to answer for you.
Co dzisiaj jadłam na śniadanie?
And I guess we can just
We can
just start, right?
You actually can send all the questions about the expansions and stuff, but the answer is we're not talking about it. So
Henry Ford, możecie mieć Cyberpunka w każdym patchu pod warunkiem, że jest to patch 1.0.
saved you the trouble.
Yes. Okay, so the first question, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Red?
Yes.
Jeszcze raz, jeśli myślisz o czym? When you think of...
Question, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Red?
Yes.
Nie zrobiłem pytania. Red, nie? Ale...
My answer here, I was thinking about this. Spoilers. I saw some of these questions in advance. I was thinking about this, and I have a little bit of an obsequious answer, but it's also true. And that is what I think about when I think about cdprojektred.
Jezu, dobra, to są jakieś... To są typowe durne laski z HR-u? Tak? Gdzie się widzisz za 5 lat? Co sądzisz, kiedy myślisz o mojej firmie? Słuchaj, posłuchajcie jego odpowiedzi. Co za cyrk?
Questions in advance. I was thinking about this.
Tak, myślałem o tym, tak, codziennie się budzę i całuję po obrazek pana Kicińskiego i potem czytam wiadomości z maile firmowe i jestem zadowolony, no. Tak.
And I have a
Tak, zawsze całe życie tak, jakie jest pana największe marzenie? Moim marzeniem jest opowiedzieć, co najbardziej podoba mi się w cdprojektred.
little bit of an obsequious answer, but it's also true. And that is what I think about when I think about cdprojektred is artistry and ambition. I think that we always want to make
Jefferson?
games that are have some amount of artistic integrity.
To jest po prostu... Jezu, nie, to... Jak szukacie monologu skryby XXI wieku, tak? To jest to.
To them that are also, badass and cool and
Badass, cool, artistic integrity, no. Najważniejsi są ludzie, z którymi tu współpracuję.
doing something neat. But then there's this other factor of ambition.
Ambicja. Cool factor. O Jezu, zajebiste.
When I first got here and first started working on Cyberpunk, way back 10 years ago, when I first started working on it, I thought, this is amazing.
Trafiłem do nieba, chwyciłem Pana Boga za nogi. I wiesz co, Aneta? Przez 10 lat nic się nie zmieniło. Dalej kocham tu pracować.
Working on a project
To jest jakiś kosz, to jest wszystko z tych memów o HR-ze, o tych bzdurach. Jezu, nie wierzę.
here that is actually impossible to
On jest łysy od wchodzenia w dupę Kicińskiemu i reszcie, jestem tego pewien. To jest po prostu, tak, miał 6 przeszczepów włosów, ale nie przyjęły się.
There's no way to actually make the thing that we're doing. And spoilers, we didn't make that game. We actually wound up making a different game than that. But it was exciting. It was very exciting.
Yes.
And it really felt like being part of.
Tak, dokładnie. Przez 10 lat nie poprosiłem o podwyżkę. Zawsze podobały mi się owocowe czwartki.
Something that I wouldn't see at a lot of other studios, especially at big corporate studios. You don't see that level of ambition all the way up. You have lots of ambitious developers, you have lots of ambitious ideas, but I think...
Dobra, to jest zbyt dobre na teraz, nie zasnę teraz. Zobaczmy, co się dzieje jeszcze później. Czyli Patryk odpowiada przez 50 minut?
Patrick, any favorite cars and weapons?
Jakie masz gry na kompie, Patryk? Mam Cyberpunka, Wiedźmina 1, Gwinta, Wiedźmina 2, Wiedźmina 3, Wojny Krwi i na ostatni dodatek do Gwinta.
Cars and weapons. I really like the my. That little beep beep. I love it. I love that when you get in, it says hello, and when you leave, it says goodbye. I think it's super
Jezu, jaki bullshit.
cute. Big fan. As for weapons,
Ciekawe, czy dostał telefon ten Kiciński, pana ogląda. To wyobraźmy sobie, jaki jest prawdziwy scenariusz. Nie?
big fan.
Teraz patrz na komórkę.
As for weapons, I don't know if I could pick one specifically. I like rifles, and I think the SMG.
Tak,
The
uśmiechnij się.
SMGs in Cyberpunk are the first time I've ever played a game where I felt like SMGs occupied an actual role. I think that very often happens in games where you
Dobra,
have
zobaczmy, jaka jest końcówka tego wspaniałego wydarzenia. Co to się mogło być? Jakie było ostatnie pytanie do Patryka? Czy to jest... O, tutaj teraz coś się dzieje.
That question.
okay.
Panem or Judy? Time.
O, jest, dobra, widziałem, okej, zrozumiałem to.
Okay.
But yeah, this was asked a few times in the chat, and I also prepared that question.
Okay.
Panem or Judy?
Ojej.
Or maybe
no.
other wife or husband, though.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to answer.
No, jak zgadniesz tak, jak powiedział pan Kiciński, dostaniesz dzisiaj drugi obiad. A jak nie, pracujesz przez wszystkie weekendy do końca roku.
Here's how I'm going to answer this, because everybody always says, who is best for V? Like everybody's like, oh, who's best for V? I'm going to flip it. Who needs V the most?
Jezu, jaki to jest zajebisty kosmos. Tak, bezpłatne nadgodziny, dokładnie, Master.
Is V the most helpful for, right? Because I think something that's important for all you kids out there, in a relationship, you should always leave the other person in a better place. If that relationship ends, that person should be in a better place than when you met them. And it should be vice versa, right? Like, I think that's the essence of a healthy relationship. And I try to think of, like, who needs V the most? And I think, like, as much as I
Jezu, jaki to jest bełkot.
love Judy, Judy needs V the least. Judy has already buried enough people, and now is going to have to, sorry, spoiler,
Boże.
is going to have to bury V, right?
Amelia zacięta. Amelia już chce kończyć, tak? A nie wiem.
And, God, and I just think about how hard, right?
Żeby to obejrzeć.
Buried enough people, and now
Typowa postawa Amelii w rozmowie z innymi współpracownikami.
Judy needs V the least. Judy has already buried enough people, and now is going to have to, sorry, spoilers, going to have to bury V, right? And, God, and I just think about how hard that'll be for her. I want her to go off to Oregon and hang out with her grandparents, you know, and get a fresh start. And I just think that her winding up with V in the end, it gets sad. Pan Am really needs a friend. I don't know if she needs a boyfriend that badly, and I don't know if she needs V as her boyfriend specifically.
Jezu Chryste.
River's gonna be fine. Again, he needs a friend. He needs a friend more than
Nie, to po prostu to w jakich innych grach były takie rozkminy, żeby tak to rozwalić? Nie.
needs a lover. Carrie, on the other hand, he really needs V. I think Carrie really needs V. And I think Carrie is going to be the one who is best able to cope with V's eventual death. Like, I think
Fajnie,
that Carrie's
fajnie.
going to be the best to cope with that. He's 80 something. He's already been through this. He's been
Tak,
around
Tris czy
a long
Yennefer, no
time.
dokładnie.
And
So,
he lost Johnny.
and he lost Johnny, right? And you know, now that you say that, like, he's going to lose V, who was Johnny to him in some ways. But you know what? I think he's the best equipped to handle it. That's my answer, Carrie.
I can hear the cheering from our Carrie community right now. That's neither Panem or Judy. I can literally hear that.
You're welcome.
Okay, one more.
Sure.
One more.
Absolutely.
Tris or Yen? And that's
Easy.
that's gonna be me.
Yin.
Like, that's gonna be on
easy.
me.
That's
Okay.
easy. It's obviously Yin.
So
it's
we are great.
obviously
Ja nie
Yin.
wierzę.
Anyone who says Tris is just wrong. Just wrong. Don't at me, okay? You know it. You know it in your heart. You know it in your heart. You're wrong. It's obviously Yin.
You heard the man, right?
Come on. Come on, it's not even a question. Not even a
Taki
question.
fajny, wyluzowany zespół.
Okay, so I guess we're done for today.
We're done.
However, one thing that we can say, please expect some more cyberpunk streams in the very near future. So keep your eyes open on our social channels, and maybe you will spot it, or maybe you won't miss it. Who knows? But don't miss it. Don't miss it. It will make us upset. Thank you very much for being here and to chat with me and with our lovely community. It was a real pleasure.
It was a joy. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. We have to do it again, but we need
Na pewno się dobrze bawiłeś? Ale na pewno
to get some air
nie
conditioning.
kłamiesz?
Yes, for sure.
Thank you very much, guys, for being today with us, for all the questions. And yeah, see you next time for another round of Gwent. Bye, guys!
Bye-bye.
Syrent. Aż zobaczcie, czy ocenzurowany jest ten community, a na pewno. Nie wierzę. Jestem pewny, że materiał jest fascynujący, frustrujący. Chcę tylko narzędzia deweloperskie. Nie ma już! Dobrze, że tego nie widziałem. Kocham tego człowieka. Dużo energii, szczerości. Duży samochód z małym silnikiem. Tak, to jest dokładnie. Opuszczą grę, jak tylko będą mogli. Ty, w ogóle ile to ma odsłon? Jezu, dobra, nikt tego nie oglądasz. Tylko my. Tylko jesteśmy najwierniejszymi fanami CD-pu. Jezu, masakra. Dokładnie student, tak. Nie, dobra, zbyt dużo tego dobrego. Że kod źródłowy lata w necie, jak nie ma narzędzi. Nikt nie miał narzędzi, to w nim wszystko było robione w edytorze tekstu. Masakra.